What is up, guys, and welcome to another episode of Just Talking To. And in this week's episode, we have a very special guest, Crankage Games. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you doing?
Awesome. I'm doing brilliant. I've been wanting to get you on since I think you were one of the first people I wanted on. Because your game's just awesome. I love playing your games. Obviously, I've streamed not streamed put a couple on my YouTube channel. They're very, very good games. So, how did you get into developing games?
Well, first, I appreciate you playing them. Thank you. And second, as far as developing games goes, it's a bit of a roundabout story. When I first started out, I really wasn't interested in developing games at all. That wasn't really my passion. I'd been doing MMA for about 13 years, and that's really what took up all of my time. As hard as I went into game development and things, or even Twitter, it was all about MMA for me. That's what took up my life, and I'd been doing it since I was a kid. I ended up around the age of 15. I ended up with 4 ruptured discs in my back due to an accident. I ended up recovering the best I could from that, living with pain my whole life, but still continuing to train. Doctors had always said, you get a good education. They were probably pointing me in the direction of game development early on, but I didn't listen. Continued to do MMA. I went overseas to Scotland and trained there. And at 18, I ended up with a spinal injury from training that left me paralyzed from the neck down. I had rehabbed myself back up to full functionality, got into a different exercise routine, strengthened everything back up, went right back to MMA. Ultimately, what ended up taking me off of that path and into game development was constant pneumonia. I ended up with pneumonia 7 times. I almost died 4. The final time I had pneumonia, it was a treatment immune pneumonia. 6 months straight, I was sick. Tried 4 sets of antibiotics. Nothing dented it. My body fought it off on its own. And in those 6 months, I really had to just reevaluate my life. And I couldn't go to the gym. I couldn't train. I couldn't do anything. And I just kept thinking, maybe the universe is trying to tell me something. So I jumped on YouTube. I looked up a bunch of tutorials on game development. And in the 6 months that I was sick, when I wasn't in bed, shivering, freezing cold under 10 blankets, I was on the computer learning how to develop games. And after those 6 months, I released my first game, Metal as Fuck, and never went back to the gym after that. Just kept putting out games.
Well, that's some story. I mean, maybe the MMA was fated really to keep you fit enough to fight off these things, to
Could have been.
find your main calling. But yeah, that's crazy. That yeah. So how long have you been doing the games now? When was your first game that you started, and how long did it take you to roughly do?
I've been doing it for about I want to say 2.5 years. I want to say, yeah, it should be about 2.5 years. The first game took me 6 months. That was including a lot of learning that I had to do beforehand, and then I was learning as I was developing as well. Um, and then the next game, Chronicles of Quiver Dick, took me 9 months, and then I was learning some new things. It ended up being a shorter game, but I added in some new features and eventing that I hadn't previously. And then after that, Quiver Dick's Terrible Tale, that one took me probably about 3 months. I was getting a little bit faster, but still trying something new. It was a shorter game. And then I released a couple after that were just very different from the brand itself, and those didn't take me long at all. 1 month and then 1 week. Um,
You
so
got
I've
the newest one out that you tried to do in 24 hours.
Yeah, that one, Rome Built in a Day. I didn't manage to finish it like in box, wrapped up, ready to ship in 24 hours, but I finished the skeleton of it. I got the dialogue in, I got the combat in, I got everything that would make the game function in, but I didn't have in 24 hours. I didn't have any time to play test it as far as bugs or combat balancing and stat balancing and stuff like that. So, um,
I mean,
I was
24 hours isn't like a long time. I don't think anyone. I mean, I remember
right,
seeing your tweet and thinking that's going to be some doing that. Like, what a challenge to give yourself as well. Um,
right, yeah.
and I saw your tweets with your stocking up with your food and drinks and all
Hmm.
that. So I'm still yet to play that one, which I will definitely be playing soon. Is it
Hmm.
out now? Isn't it?
It's no, it's Steam just approved it a
Just
couple
approved it.
days
Okay.
ago. Yeah, right now I'm getting the trailer made for it. There's a mandatory 2 week waiting period once Steam approves. So it'll be out in a couple weeks probably. But yeah, that one, I was a little over ambitious with it. I thought that I could do it in 24 hours. Turns out I could do a shorter and simpler game in 24 hours. I've learned
Yeah.
now, but I just right off the bat I started writing and I was like, this is too good to half-ass. Like, I'm gonna have to, like, I'm not gonna be able to finish it in its entirety in 24.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's coming out pretty good, and it would have taken me 3 months to complete when I first started, but I've sunk like over 7,000 hours into the program at this point. I've learned a lot. I've learned to go real quick.
Yeah.
So
I mean, the like I said, 24 hours is ridiculous, really. And I mean, it's good to challenge yourself. Maybe
mhm.
give yourself 48 next time.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah. So the hat
Mhm.
this is like your trademark. Like I don't think I've ever seen you without the hat on, the beanie hat.
Yeah, there are a few pictures floating around without the hat on. I did put out a few, including some pictures without the beard that that most people basically responded with "kill it with fire." They didn't want to see that. That was something out of a horror movie. And as far as the hat goes, the only reason why the hat stays on the head at this point is because so many people made a big deal out of it and it became part of the brand. So now it's just part of the brand. It was never my intention. I actually, early on, I wore different beanies. Early on, I wouldn't always have the hat on.
Yeah.
But everybody kind of made it such a big deal. Now it stays.
Yeah. I mean, Pantera. I mean, they're obviously a decent rock band. Are they your favourite, or have you?
Yeah, they're my favorite band of an older generation. If I were to pick a favorite band today, it would be Lamb of God. But yeah, I
They're a
like them
bit
both
heavy. They're a
equally.
little bit too heavy for me. I think Lamb of God. I think I've heard one or two songs there. I mean, I like my rock quite heavy, but
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah,
I've heard a couple of them and they're very very heavy. I'm
they're
more
very,
into sort
yeah.
of like Shine Down, Alter Bridge,
Sure,
that
sure.
sort of heavy rock.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
not so heavy for the likes of you, but yeah. So you've got a bundle on Steam, which is 6 games, is it?
Yeah, it's 6 games. And one of those games is Red Mouse's game, Damn Daniel.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I wanted to mention about it because obviously whenever I talk about it on Twitter and that, I don't ever give Red Mouse any credit, and I don't mean to do that. It's just that I don't really know who she is.
Hmm.
So I thought I'd give you a chance to sort of talk about that here. Obviously, most of the games are yours, but she's done some work on the Damn Daniel game, which is again a game I've got, but I haven't yet
Hmm.
had a chance to play. So, how did you end up sort of pairing? Is she an actual offline friend, or is it just someone
Uh,
you've met in the community? Or
oh, I've known her since we were kids. Yeah, we've known each other for a long, 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 long time. Uh, she was who I was visiting in Scotland at the time when I had my injury as well.
right?
Um, so yeah. As a matter of fact, she came up with the name Crankage Games. She was there since the beginning. I wasn't even going to release Metal as Fuck. When I finished my very first game, I had played it so much and tested it so much that I, you know, like like when you hear a song on the radio over and over and over again, and you kind of like it and it's catchy, but once you hear it 1,000 times, you just
Start
hate it.
picking bits. Yeah.
Yeah, that was where I was at with Metal as Fuck, and I thought this is a 4 out of 10 game. It's garbage. Nobody's gonna like it. I hate it. I don't want to put it out there. And she said, you just spent all that time making it. Every day you worked on it. At least put it out there, and you never know what's gonna happen. And luckily I did, because it ended up doing fairly well.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's the reason that it even got released in the first place. She worked on the first couple trailers for it, and did the animation for the trailers and stuff. And yeah, so I've worked with her on Damn Daniel, and she did all the development on that one. Over the course of a year. That was her first release. She's working hard on a couple of new games that are just really, really, really impressive. She's been showing me some stuff with it, and it's
Cool. Well, maybe we can try and tie her to come on there at some
mm-hmm.
point. But yeah, so I thought that you was obviously, linked somehow or another, but I didn't realise that she was actually, a bigger inspiration to you more than the other way around. That's quite a good story, that.
Yeah.
So yeah. Your missus at the minute, I didn't mean to say at the minute, like it's a fleeting thing. Your missus, she's also doing something online at the moment. Did you want to give that a little bit of a mention?
Yeah, so Yasmin is she's a singing instructor. She works at a performing arts academy. She's been in musical theater for over 20 years. Ever since she was little, she was put right into it and has been training and everything. Has been teaching for nearly a decade now. She started when she was a teenager. And she's a very talented vocalist, and she offers one-on-one online singing lessons, apart from the academy and everything. So that's kind of taken up all of her time now. She gets new students every single day. She's booking up very fast, and her rates are super affordable. When she started this whole thing, she wanted to make sure that it was something that people could afford and everything, and she only charges about half the standard going rate. So I think that that's another reason why she's been booked up so fast. People always message her and they're like, wow, I thought it was going to be expensive. It's not. It's not expensive. And yeah, people are sticking around and staying. Everybody's having a good time. She's been doing great with it. And yeah, but if anybody is interested in vocal lessons, I'd highly recommend it. And I think that there's a bunch of people on Twitter that can vouch for that too.
Yeah, I've seen a number of happy customers comments that, and obviously on your YouTube channel as well, there's videos of her. So I mean, you can witness that. All them links will be down underneath the video in the description as well. She is really, really good. I'm still seething that Evanescence, even though that was a quality song, I'm still seething that one. I was really hoping Shinedown did terrible. So
yeah. She will do Shinedown, by the way. She will. There was with that many votes, even though Shinedown did terrible, and it was still got a lot of votes, as a whole. There's enough people that showed enough interest in that, as well as Five Finger Death Punch, for her to be like, okay, well, I mean, I've got to do them all. She's been working on Bohemian Rhapsody as well. So I believe that's the next one that will come out, and then she'll probably do Shinedown, and then maybe Five Finger after that.
Yeah, that's awesome, because I just think she'd rock it. And like I said to you on Twitter, when she sings, it's like it's Disney princess-esque. Do you know what I mean? It's like, when you see all the, not when you hear it on when the Cinderella and Sleeping Beauty and all them, they're all singing on Disney films. That's the sort of voice she has. It's incredible. So go on. You're going to say something then?
that's the musical theater background right there. Is that Disney princess coming out? That's actually not even her real style, like her personal style. She can do that very well.
Yeah.
But her more of her style is more I would say pop mixed with soul singing. She can riff really well. She can belt really well, but I would say that she's less belty personally. She can do a lot of different styles and stuff, and while she fits that style, she I would say her own personal style would be, and I don't want to compare the two for multiple reasons, but maybe more Adele-esque.
Yeah.
Um, you know, but it goes even a little bit further past that too. She's got a nice style.
Yeah. She has got a silky sort of voice. I mean, let's not give her all the credit because you do a little bit of singing and guitaring as well.
Uh,
And I was a little bit like, well, when she did the Evanescence, you should have been doing them male vocals.
I tried. That was something that I wanted to be able to do. She wanted me to be able to
Yeah.
do it, and in the recording, I was just like, I'm not bringing the quality up in any way by doing this. So
Right.
yeah.
Okay. But so you don't sing.
No, I do metal vocals. I do like the growls and stuff like that.
Screams and stuff like
The
that. Yeah.
screams and stuff like that. Yeah. Um, and I'm not saying that I'm particularly great at it either. I'm still learning. But she's been giving me singing lessons, which is nice. I haven't had as much time to take them as I really, one, would like to, and two, really need.
Yeah.
But I have seen a lot of improvement very quick. I mean, people used to tell me like, "Hey, man, you're tone deaf. Don't even fucking try." Like seriously. And then she heard me sing and she's like, "You're not tone deaf at all. You're just untrained, and we'll get that sorted." And after only maybe three lessons or so, just in the kitchen, just going back and forth the same way that she does with her other students, I really started to be like, wow, actually, I can definitely see some serious improvements here that I might actually be able to sing at some point.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that it is just a matter of the fact you can do it. She can teach just over talking, and rather than actually being in a class and stuff.
Right.
That's incredible in itself, isn't it? Really. It
Hmm.
shows the quality of teaching she's used to.
Hmm.
So that's awesome. Um, so the last thing I want to talk about is something else that I feel that you're really really good at, and that's narration.
Okay.
All right, so you're obviously going for what's his name? That book, the Go the to Sleep.
Yeah, go the fuck to sleep.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I liked reading that book. That was cool. And then I also did Edgar Allan Poe, The Raven. And now I've moved on to I just put out one a few days ago. Picked up a new book
chapter
at
of
Barnes. Yeah, yeah. What is that called again? The Subtle Art of Not
yeah,
Giving a
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've got the voice for it, just and it's really good. Like I think the Samuel Jackson book you're doing, I think you did. I could go to sleep to that. Do you know what I mean? Like, not in a bad way. In it's the voice is just really. It's a bit like Morgan Freeman as well. Do you know what I mean? But that voice that people just love.
I
It's,
appreciate it.
so. Yeah, it's impressive. I mean, you sort of got your hands in a lot of pies at the minute. You're also quite philosophical. Is that how you say it? Philosophical.
Uh,
You've restarted your YouTube channel, haven't you? And you're very sort of instructional as well. Some of the videos you're putting out, they're quite helpful in a lot of ways. I mean, you've got some business ones, you've got some
sure.
ones that basically talk about stop doing this, do this, you're doing it
Right.
wrong. So you've got your hands in a lot of pies, and I mean that's obviously one of the reasons why you've been on Twitter for what just over a year, I believe. You just had your anniversary, haven't you? And you've got 33,000 followers. You know, that's incredible, because you're not just a one-trick pony. You know, you create your games, you do a bit of guitar playing, you've got that personality in a lot of different ways. You know, it's incredible. So
I appreciate it, and you know, I think that that's kind of a key to it all too, is that, you know, I'm not going to be good at everything that I try. But you're right. I do have my hand in a lot of different pies. I mean, like, and some of those I'm never going to touch again. Some of those, you know, like, I'm not going to be good at everything I do. But I think that that's why so many people get held back. They hold themselves back because they know that they're not going to be good at everything they do. So they're too afraid to try anything new.
Yeah.
They're too afraid to suck at something. But sucking at something is the first step to being good at something. Everybody sucks at something when they
Sucking
try.
At something on the internet is the best way to suck at something, isn't it? Because you're not short of people to tell you if you suck about it.
Right.
So
yeah. And I try and do as many things as I possibly can. You never know what you're going to be good at until you try, and you know, it's a 50% chance you're either going to suck or you're not, and you don't know until you try. And some things I've managed to be a little bit better at than others, and those are the things that I think, all right, you know, maybe I'll invest a little bit of time into this and see where it goes, and I kind of gauge the reaction of it, and if it looks like it could potentially be worth my time and effort in the long run, then I pursue that path. And if it doesn't, then I know, you know, okay, I've got, because obviously you've only got so much time in a day. You can only split your time so many ways, you know, so there's some things that I will have to cut out and some things that I can pursue.
But you seem to be good at noticing the things that, you know, you're looking back and going, yeah, we won't do that again, but I'll try this again, you know, and you're actually trying to get better at things as well. Obviously with the singing as well, you're getting your lessons as well. So never say never, I guess.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on to the 3 questions. Have you seen any of these videos yet that I've done?
No, I haven't yet.
Right, okay, so have you ever heard of a game called Snog, Marry, Avoid, or Kiss, Marry, Kill?
Maybe. I mean, it sounds familiar.
Right, so I have a really, really long list that I do need to sort of thingy down a little bit, because there has been a couple of times where people have picked people who no one has an idea of who they are. But
okay,
there's basically 553 numbers, and each number contains 3 names.
Okay.
Right? And they can be women, men, singers, sportsmen, all sorts. But you've got to kiss, marry, kill, or snog, marry, avoid each of them, yeah? So you've basically got to choose a number between 1 and 553, and I'll tell you the names, and then you've got to pick. We'll hope it's someone that we know.
Okay. All right, we'll do 7, 11, and 21.
No, sorry, no. I mean, you only have to pick one number between 1 and 553, and it'll give you 3 names.
You have a lot of names all planned out. Wow. Okay, 7 it is.
Just 7.
Yeah, just 7.
Okay, 7 is not bad. So we've got Carrie Underwood.
Okay.
My famous wife, Zooey Deschanel.
Okay.
And Ashley Tisdale.
Okay, I don't know 2 of those.
Who don't you know?
The last 2. I know Carrie Underwood.
You don't know Zooey Deschanel off Elf? No. Elf and what else is she in? New Girl off the telly.
No.
Oh my god! You can Google them, by the way. You can have a look if you want to go. So Zoe is Zooey.
Okay.
And it should probably come up with Deschanel, because it's a weird way of spelling Zoe. Okay.
All right. Yep.
Yeah, and then Ashley Tisdale. I forgive you for not knowing who she is, because she's only really famous off is it High School Musical or something? I think she did like one song as well.
Okay. Zoe Deschanel looks almost like Katy Perry in some of
Yeah,
these
a
pictures.
lot of people do. It's like a girl next door Katy Perry, like a more
Sure.
down to earth Katy Perry.
Okay. Let's see. And then sorry, the
Ashley
Ashley Tisdale.
Tisdale.
Tisdale. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay.
So it don't matter what you pick. You can pick it on looks. You can pick it on. Obviously, you don't know them very well, so you can't pick personality. But whatever you want to pick the three off, you can do. So you've got a snog one, marry one, avoid one, or kiss or marry or kill, whatever you want, whatever one you want.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess fucking s- snug Zoe, um marry Carrie and avoid Ashley. Reasoning, because if I'm gonna marry somebody, I want to at least know who they are. So I guess Carrie Underwood, I
Okay.
know. Um, and then as far as avoid, I avoid everybody named Ashley. I've never met a good Ashley in my life. So
Very very good. Good reasons. Yeah, very good. So yeah, we'll go with that. So you are marrying Carrie Underwood. She's probably the least one I know of, actually. To be fair,
okay.
kissing or snogging Zoe Deschanel and avoid Ashley Tisdale, and I don't blame you with that because she's a bit weird. She's a bit weird in High School Musical as well. Um, okay, so the next one is how would you describe yourself in three? I'm going to say single words because people get this wrong. So three
Hmm.
single words. So you know, you can say bubbly as one. You know, people have been saying sentences for some reason. I don't know if it's just the way it's worded. So how would you describe yourself in three single words?
I would say ambitious, determined, and charming.
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 Nice.
I think I get
Ambitious. I think.
I think I get by on my charm. I think that I get away with a lot of things that most people wouldn't. They would be considered creepy, but when I do it, it's charming. You know,
All
not
right.
saying it's a good thing. I'm just saying,
It sounds like it's a
I
good thing.
I don't know if it's something I should be proud. That's what I've been told. I'm
Yeah.
picking it not, not because that's really what it's what I've been led to believe. That's what I've been told. So,
Okay. Okay. Cool. And the final question is you've got two games that you can play forever. No more games. You have to choose two for the rest of your life.
okay. Um, two games, rest of my life. One would be World of Warcraft. Um, because there's just so much to do. It would be hard for me to I mean, it wouldn't be hard for me to get bored, but it'd be hard for me to get bored fast. Um, and then let's see, and that's under the assumption that there's always going to be a player base for it. If there's not, then I guess I screwed myself. But
No, but it's.
uh,
I mean, it's got constant updates at the minute, and you obviously if you complete a game once, which will take forever anyway, you've also got you can just change your race or whatever,
yeah, yeah,
and do it again a different way, couldn't you? So it's a good
hmm
choice, and it's not the first time someone said that on the show, so it's obviously
okay,
a good choice.
hmm and then the other game, oh, I would think that I would have to pick something still like big, like something that has a lot. Maybe I would go Skyrim, and I've never completed it, and I've never got actually all that far, but what I've played of it has been great, and I know a lot of people really have sunk a lot of time into it.
Yeah.
Um, but I also want to pick something with a little bit more player interaction. So I don't know. I guess right off the top of my head, those would be my two, but I would probably change the latter if I had a little bit more time to think on it.
Yes. No, so again, Skyrim's another one it's a similar sort of thing as World of Warcraft, isn't it?
Hmm.
Where you've got the replayability in that. See, I'm surprised no one said Fable yet, because
Hmm.
Fable I loved. Well, Fable 2 more precisely, because you can complete that game and carry on.
Okay. Okay.
So, but yeah, it's that same sort of principle. I mean, I'm the same. I think I would rather have a game that you can keep going, and you know, not just. I mean, something like um, Mortal Kombat or something would just be dire after about a week, wouldn't it?
Right. Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. So that's the end of the 3 questions. All that's left now is your shout outs. So you can have 3, maybe 5 people that you want to shout out, whether they be people that have helped out with your games or people who have supported you. And then yeah, we go on to the goodbyes and we depart our own
Okay.
ways.
Um, so I want to try and there's so many people. Just a ridiculous amount of people. I've talked a lot about
I will put
uh,
the links in the description as well. So
okay,
if you
okay.
send me the links to whatever ones you want me to put in, I can put in.
I'd like to try and think of a couple that I haven't shouted out too often yet.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with my brother's organizations and stuff. So one of them is Outdoors for Our Heroes. He's the founder and CEO of a nonprofit organization for disabled veterans. And essentially, what they do is they take disabled vets out hunting all around the nation. They're starting to go international as well and go into more areas. But right now, they take them out hunting. If you can't come to them, they will come to you. They pay everything to no cost to you out of pocket. They will pay for plane tickets, travel, licenses, equipment, everything. They've worked with so many different other organizations where, like there was a hunter that lost his legs from a landmine, and they built him a like 30, or I think it was a $60,000 wheelchair or something that essentially has a mounted rifle and it can climb mountains. Like it's insane.
They basically
Um,
turned him into a tank.
yeah, basically, and it's to get vets reacquainted with the wilderness and to be out with other vets and stuff,
Yeah.
things that they haven't had since
The military
deploying,
days.
or
Yeah.
yeah. um, and it's really been a great mental thing for so many vets, and they've been in magazines, they've been on TV and everything, but every little bit helps. So Outdoors for Our Heroes, you can find them online. If you know somebody, if you're a vet or you know somebody who is, sign them up. They will always find an opportunity, and get on that list as quickly as you can. Um, the other one I would say is my other brother runs a very successful tattoo shop, Fleshworks Tattoo Studio in Olympia, Washington. He he's booked out 2 years currently. He just won a bunch of awards recently. He's always going to conventions and stuff and cleaning up. But yeah, people fly from other countries just to get work done by him. He's won a lot of things. I would highly recommend checking out his Instagram, his Facebook. He's always posting new tattoos every day. And he works very quick. I think that that's something that a lot of people are surprised by, is so many people are paying so much extra, so much money to other artists that are just wasting your time when it comes to doing the work, and they work so slow. He works very fast. He works twice as fast as everybody else and does way better quality artwork, and it really shows. You can see his work online. He's incredible. There's a reason why he's booked out 2 years, and that's 2 years of booked out, and he works every day.
Yeah.
It's not like he just works a little bit here and there. He works every day. That's a regular work schedule, full time, and that's drawing in between as well, drawing people's tattoos and stuff and customizing them for how people want.
So if you're
Um,
ever local to that area, the
right.
links will be in the description again.
hmm and then, excuse me. And then Yasmin singing lessons. Again, if anybody, that's essentially my primary source of income is games and then Yasmin singing lessons, essentially. So we're right now we're doing our absolute best to save as much money as we can so we can afford to live together, essentially. Right now, she's just visiting. She goes back to the UK here very, very soon, just a matter of days, really. And it's going to be months before we're able to see each other again, which is a real bummer. You know, so we're, and any contribution towards either of us is going directly into that, so we can essentially just get on with our lives and be happy. And then Red Mouse Games as well. Red Mouse Games on Twitter. You can find her games and stuff. Damn Daniel in the Bundle. She's working on some really amazing stuff. Some seriously high quality animations and some content that you will never find in any other game. I've been nothing but impressed with what she's come up with, and quite frankly, even jealous. I mean, like the quality of stuff she's putting, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for what she's putting out. It's going to change things for it's going to bring anybody that's even using the program to a whole nother level. Like, yeah, it's going to be something to be modeled after. And then also there's a streamer and Twitter user, Cheeseweeze. She helped work on Damn Daniel, or sorry, Deported. She helped work on Deported 1, Deported 2, and Quiver Dick's Terrible Tale, and even some on Chronicles as well, and really helped helped me learn a lot and help bring like an element of quality to it. And I believe that she's pursuing software development and game development as well. I believe that's a dream of hers, and she also streams. I would check that out for sure. She and help support that too. So I think I think that's 5. I think that's 5.
Okay, so all the links there will be in the description, even the non-creator ones. If you're ever in the area, you know, make sure you go and check them out. If you're not, just check out the Facebook and groups and that. So yeah, that's about all we've got time for today. So I really appreciate you coming on, Crankage. Massive fan, as I've said before. So yeah, keep up the good work. Can't wait for the new game to come out. All the links for your games and the bundle will be in the description as well. It's going to be a long description. So yeah, if you've enjoyed the video, guys, make sure you hit that like button. If you're new around here, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads. And if you want to hit us up in the comments, drop a direct message, just a normal message in the comment section, and I'll try and get back to you. And if you wanted to keep an eye on the comments as well, dude, you can put some replies back in case there's any questions that about your games. So yeah, thanks for coming, and thanks for watching, guys. Peace out. See you later.